Welcome, Saturday. Again, we are here to reflect some of the issues which affect us. Without exception, there is one characteristic which affects all of us. We try our best to overcome it, but hardly we succeed in that pursuit of overcoming that one characteristic we see everywhere. We have seen this with our grandfather, grandmother, with our mother, people around us, at home, outside. And the gesture used for this characteristic is this one. This one. What is this characteristic? Go back in the timeline and imagine our great ancestors, the hunter-gatherers living in the caves in deep forests. Hunter-gatherer, early morning comes out of the cave, walks about a kilometer. How does he walk? What is his posture? What is his facial expression? Afraid, looking around, watching for something, looking through the bushes, worried. Maybe behind that bush there's a tiger, there's a cobra, maybe there's a lion. He's not sure whether he'll return to his cave to meet his family again, worried. Every walk for him is a death and life situation. Coming out from the cave was dangerous because of these violent animals. Our brain has registered that original fear of that hunter-gatherer or ancestor. Our brain has imbibed that fear, deposited that fear within us, and it comes to us. Brain produces it again and again every day in us, the same replica of that fear of those violent animals. And we repeat, our brain repeats it. Because what does the brain do today? What is the special characteristics of the brain? Is negative bias. Brain is accustomed to see things in a negative way, primarily, rather than in a positive way. Even if there are no dangers, it will see a tiger there. It will see a catastrophe there. With its negative bias, even today it sees tigers, cobras, and lions. This is the easy step to become unhappy for all of us. How many of us are worried about something today? I'm sure there is something which is worrying us. A lot of energy is saved by tackling this worry, by having that skill of tackling the concept called worry. How to make oneself unhappy? Feed negative emotions, fears. What are you worried about this morning? Rain? About your children? Their performance in the school? Economic situation of family? Bank account? About your job? About transfers? Old age? Sickness? pension, We are all caught up in the mental movie making called worry. All of us are, without exception, movie producers. Every moment, every day, we produce a movie called worry, worry, worry. Do you know? Take it for granted. Do you know? After a year, you won't even remember what you are worrying about now. You won't even remember. At this moment, you are worried about something. Next year, why next year? After a few months, you won't even remember. Then I spin it around in my mind, thinking, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? Why did this person do this to me? How come this happened to me and to me alone? And so on and on and on. My mind could spend hours philosophizing, psychologizing, and worrying about, fantasizing, having catastrophic expectations. It seemed like nothing else in the world so important but my particular melodrama which is going on and on in my mind called worry. Our anxious minds and daily worries are a very interesting phenomenon. It's like a chewing gum. You go on chewing the same thought again and again. Do you know another word for worries in English? Ruminating. Cows are the ruminators. Very interesting. Cows are the ruminators, spending much of their lifetime in chewing cuts, grass. They have ruminant digestive system. We have one stomach. Cows are supposed to have 4 stomachs. Actually, not 4 stomachs, one stomach with 4 compartments. Technically, cow has only one stomach, but it has 4 distinct compartments. Why? Why you need 4 stomachs? For cows to escape from fierce animals like tiger, they eat the grass in a hurry, gulp it down, and once they are safe in the cowshed, they will start chewing, ruminating again and again what they have gulped down in a hurry throughout the day. Sometimes we need to sit and recall the long time we spent with our own anxious mind and worries, and have a hearty laughter because 90% of our worries don't come true. You test it. We can imagine thousands of worries, thousands of issues, but 90% of them may not come true. All our rumination is a waste of time. Laugh at them. I would like to be personally familiar and know well my regular worries and their patterns. Not 90%, but 100% I would like to see the pattern of my worries. There's a definite pattern. I recommend that you also make your worries and study its patterns. Its dynamics is very familiar to you. Mostly worries about the future, also about the past. Most things of the past which happened have finished their expiry date, but still we are using it in spite of finishing their expiry date. Now they are useless. Still we try to ruminate it, bring it back to our mind. All past thoughts, all depressive thoughts are like we first throw sand on our head, and when they fall on us, we feel bad about it. Stop throwing that mud on your hand. Mind likes the future. because it thinks it will be happier in the future. Don't you think so? Most of our worries are about the future. Why? The illusion is tomorrow I'll be happier. After a week I'll be happier. After the education of my children I'll be happier. After the wedding of my daughter I'll be happier. Fictitious situation about the future mind creates, is an expert in that. What happens if this happens? That happens. You remember that statement of the scripture? Look at the lilies of the field, how happy they are. They are celebrating their life. They are not wasting time. What will happen to me tomorrow? Mind continuous dialogue is going on and on and on. The primary cause of unhappiness, please note this, the primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation as such, but your thoughts about that particular situation. Be aware of the thoughts you are thinking, separate them from the situation, which is always neutral, which is always is as it is. Remember this, nothing matters very much. Very few things matter at all. Nothing matters very much. Very few things matter at all. Take all these worries in a mature way and cultivate a skill to tackle on the spot these worries. Identifying, I'm worried. Is it true? Is it ever, whether it will become true? Meet you next Saturday. Have a good week, auspicious week. Thank you.